Contis, and number 78, Nelson Santana. Fans of our officials tonight are sponsored by the Harrisburg Hilton and their amazing restaurant, Ad Lib. For fine dining and the best wine selection in downtown Harrisburg, check out Ad Lib Restaurant at the Harrisburg Hilton. Tonight's officials are Ron Corey, Brian Miller, Dustin Kelly, Michael Bettina, and Bradley Durago. Please welcome to the field our mascot, Scores! And now your 2017-2018 Harrisburg Heat, led by our captain, number 7, Val Texera! Defending NASL Defender of the Year, our captain, number 13, Steven Basso! Number 85, Lucio Anzaga! Number 11, Luis Cardino! Number 1, Hugo Silva! Number 15, BJ! Number 12, David Miller! Wearing number 8, Gianno Freitas! Number 5, Leo! Wearing number 7, Brad Hurston! Number 16, Marcus Chantel! Number 75, No! Number 4, Danny DePrima! Number 17, Fred! And wearing number 18, Ben Pardue! Your Harrisburg Heat coaching staff, the assistant coaches, Lester Felician and Gino DeFlorio. Your head coach, Dennison Cabral. And joining your Harrisburg Heat tonight, the Harrisburg High School Cougar Cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if everyone would please rise and join us for the singing of God Bless America and America the Beautiful. Tonight's performer is Lisa Brackville. Lisa has one of the 7 soloists for the Hershey Bears for 9 seasons. She has also sung at several racetracks throughout Central PA over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Lisa Brackville.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stay and gentlemen remove cover for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, our national anthem is brought to you by the Outlet Shops in Gettysburg, and our anthem is being sung by soloist Zoe Forrest. Zoe plays AYSO and in the North San Penn Club League, and is interested in taking her singing to the next level. She just recently sang the national anthem at her school's Veterans Day Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe and our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome tonight to the New Holland Arena at Friedmont Mortgage Field. I am Max Stevens, handling the play-by-play duties tonight between the Harrisburg Heat as they host the visiting rivals, the Baltimore Blast. Filling in for the legendary John Wilsbach. And as I mentioned John's name, I would just like, before I get into the broadcast tonight, to mention what a tremendous honor it is to fill in for a living legend, a guy who has broadcasted so many Harrisburg Heat soccer matches over the years. And although he has never set foot on the field in the MASL or NPSL, his contributions to both leagues as a broadcaster are just tremendous. And then, again, even though he never set foot on the field, I think we owe John the credit for the greatest save in Harrisburg Heat history. And that's saying something when you consider the likes of Scoop Stanisiak in net during the glory years, Doug Petras, and even the tremendous saves of late from Hugo De Silva. John saved this franchise from here in Harrisburg from going somewhere else at a great personal sacrifice, I might add. And he saved it and did it in a gracious and classy manner as the way he always operates. And then not only did he do that, but as a caretaker of the franchise, he handed it off to somebody who I think we can all agree in Mr. Delmont is extremely worthy of being an owner of this Harrisburg Heat team. And of course, Mr. Delmont from the Maryland area, but shows that he cares so much about this soccer club and about the Harrisburg area. And I don't think John, after saving the franchise, could have found a better steward to keep the franchise here in Harrisburg and Mr. Delmont. So my hat is off to both of those two gentlemen, because if it wasn't for those two gentlemen, we wouldn't be having celebrating this tremendous soccer match tonight here in Harrisburg. Now, as we get to tonight's match, this is an extremely important game for the Harrisburg Heat. And not just for the Harrisburg Heat, but this is an extremely important game tonight for the Eastern Division, because Baltimore right now sits atop of the Eastern Division with just one loss. In 7 games played, they have a record of 6-1. The Tropics are 4-4 in second place. The Silver Knights, who were here in Harrisburg and defeated Harrisburg last night, have a record of 3-4 and moved ahead of Harrisburg. And Harrisburg is now in 4th place with a record of 3-5, just behind the Silver Knights. But if Harrisburg doesn't get a win here tonight, Baltimore can really start to run away with this division. And we'll talk about that as the match goes on tonight, as Hugo De Silva with a brilliant save to start the match. Baltimore, a very tough team to play against. They are extremely patient. They remind me a lot of the Monterey Flash team that we saw. They play a very patient style of offense, a very patient style of defense. They kind of wait for you to make a mistake. But this is a match, the first of 4 between these two clubs this season. And it's an extremely important match for the reasons we just stated. So Baltimore possesses the ball here early in the opening period of the match. William Vanzela is getting the start in net for the Blast. He is, over the past several seasons where the Blasts have been winning championships, been an integral part of this Blast club, and he has certainly earned the right to be called one of the best keepers in this league, if not the best. Whenever you have a conversation about keepers in this league, you've got to have William Vanzela in the conversation. He is he's not having a William Vanzela year by his own standards, but is still having a very, very impressive season here early on for the Blast, and you always have to be respectful of him. Of course, they are coached by former Heat greats Danny Kelly and David Bascom. Danny Kelly, the head coach, David Bascom, the assistant coach. And I always like to refer to David Bascom as a Harrisburg treasure on loan to Baltimore as their assistant coach, because the fans here in Harrisburg who remember the glory years love David Bascom. And he still has an extremely huge following here in Harrisburg. So it's always a pleasure to see David on the bench, although we wish he was on the Harrisburg side rather than the Baltimore side. But Baltimore, you are lucky to have David Bascom. I remember, as a guy who covered the Harrisburg Heat for a local radio station during its glory years, David Bascom was always one of the stand-up guys in the locker room whenever they had a tough loss. David Bascom was always a guy who would have a classy word to say. He would always stand up and face the music, and he was one of the character members of that Harrisburg. He was one of the heart and soul members of the Harrisburg Heat in the glory years. There's no question about it. We always remember his number 40 going in a blur across the field here in Harrisburg. David Meller controls. Back to Basso. The reigning MASL Defender of the Year sends it down into the Baltimore end. Pereira now controls for the blast. Pereira on the left side. Kicks it back to a teammate. Nascimento. Over to Dos Santos. Now to Thomas, back to Vanzilla, back to Thomas. Thomas up to Hoxie, and Hugo will beat Hoxie there, and Hugo kicks it down back to the Baltimore end. So a little cat and mouse here early on between the Heat and Blast, and as we said, is an extremely huge match, not just for the Heat, but for the Eastern Division. Because if Baltimore wins tonight, they can take a huge step toward making basically the rest of the division play for second place. And that sounds strange to say so early in the season as we approach the midway point of the season, but in order to rein Baltimore in a little bit, they're going to have to lose a match or two here, and starting with tonight's match. Plus, the Heat, you would figure, would be pretty desperate. Losers of their last 4, and all 4 of those losses coming at home right before you're about to embark on a 6-game road trip. You would think that the Heat are extremely desperate coming into tonight's ball game, as a shot just goes wide left by Dantas. Harrisburg trying to head it out. Baltimore heads it back, or keeps it in with a head. Peruzzi, a shot down low, rejected from Donatelli. Nice save, Hugo. And Baltimore will work it back out to reset the offense. D'Oliveira back to his keeper, Vanzilla. Vanzilla sends it into the Heat end. Into the corner, referees blow it dead, and the Harrisburg Heat will possess the ball with 9:44 remaining in the opening period. The last 4 matches here in Harrisburg have all felt like playoff atmospheres. You've had the Monterey Flash in as Gonzaga works it up the field. A shot! He scores! Lucio hit the only part of the net that he could, and he gives Harrisburg a huge 1-0 lead. Lucio, as we see on the replay, comes down the right side, gets a good foot on the ball, and Vanzilla couldn't get high enough to get a hand on it, and in the only small amount of space that Lucio had to fire the ball into the net, he hits that space and gives the Heat a 1-0 lead. That is an absolutely huge goal, but Lucio has been the leading scorer for the Heat most of the season in terms of goals, and so it's no surprise that he burns his old team, the Blast, with the opening score of the match. And that one, you could tell by the look on William Vanzilla's face, that one took a little bit of air out of his sails, and certainly playing goalie in this league or any league is a lot about confidence, and when you can get into a guy's head a little bit, as Vanzilla blocks that shot, and it sails over the Baltimore cage, and Baltimore will, the Heat, because it went off of Vanzilla, will restart things in the Baltimore end. 8:49 to go. Heat lead 1-0. A shot wide by Lucio. But Lucio giving his team this 1-0 lead is something we haven't seen Harrisburg do, but they are, in terms of a fast start during this homestand very many times. And so this fast start is huge for the Heat And what would be even better for them, as Neto getting into it along the boards. Neto has a very fiery personality at times, very talented player, especially down low for this Harrisburg Heat team. Remember when he used to come in here with other teams' jersey on, and he's the kind of guy that if he's playing for you, you love him. If he's playing for somebody else, you're not so fond of him. The ball is headed around to the corner in the Harrisburg end as Lucio is battling for it. Now Lucio kicks it out, but it's saved in by Pereira for Baltimore. 8:09 to go. Opening frame, Harrisburg with a 1-0 lead. And as we said, the first goal would be huge tonight as Fred defends for Harrisburg, the newly acquired Fred of MLS fame. Played in Philadelphia and Washington for the MLS. Neto on defense here. A shot off the board, or a pass off the board. Neto gets it to Fred. Fred passes to the corner, but there was nobody there. Neto fell down. He thought Neto was running with him, and so Fred's pass falls harmlessly into the corner. Now David Miller guards Peruzzi. Dos Santos getting it back to a teammate as Baltimore resets things. Nascimento over to Vanzala. Vanzala kicks it to the corner. Donatelli there with the corner. Now Hoxie controls. Hoxie is so dangerous down low as well. Hoxie is just a playmaker down low. Ball. A shot. No! Off the side of the glass, and Hugo doing a nice job to make them miss there as David Miller is hit to the floor by Hoxie. Nascimento to Peruzzi. Peruzzi controls. A pass to a teammate. A shot saved by Hugo. And Brad Kerstetter nicely gets it out of the zone. That was a beautiful play by Brad Kerstetter there. Very heady play and showing that he's becoming a veteran of this league. It was a simple play, but extremely heady and intelligent on the part of Kerstetter, and deceivingly athletic of him to kick it out of there the way he did as well. But he's a good athlete, so I'm not surprised. A shot by Leo, no. Excuse me, that was Ricardinho on the shot as the ball is kicked into the Harrisburg end. Ball bounces over the boards, and the Heat will possess the ball with 5:46 to go in the opening frame. Looks like a media timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Here you're listening to Harrisburg Heat Soccer on the MASL Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you at gmail.com.
Welcome back to the New Holland Arena at Freedmont Mortgage Field. Your referees tonight, the head referee Ron Corey, the referee Brian Miller, The assistant, Dustin Killick. The fourth is Michael Retina, and the penalty box attendant is Bradley Durago. 5:46 to go, opening period. Harrisburg in the lead, 1-0, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Heat, as they need this match. Really no other way to say it. But they're looking good to start, matching Baltimore's intensity and probably exceeding Baltimore's intensity here in the first 7 minutes or so. They are looking good so far. If they keep this pace up, it's encouraging for tonight's result. Over to the reigning MASL Defender of the Year, Stephen Basso. Now back to Basso as he heads into the zone. A shot blocked, and the ball goes out of bounds and out of play. And with 5:08 remaining in the first period, Harrisburg is in the lead. Lucio over to his teammate off the boards, Leo. Now Lucio controls. And back to Hugo, as Hugo will set up the offense as he so often does for this Heat Soccer Club. Leo back to Hugo. Hugo down the field into the left corner. Neto controlling. He is so dangerous down there. Gets it to a teammate, Kerstetter. Kerstetter, a shot! Just missed. 4:35 to go in the opening frame. 1-0 Heat. Beautiful shot there by Kerstetter, just missing. That would have been an extremely huge goal for Harrisburg. Shot in deep. Score! Thiago! Center the ball for DePrima. Down low. DePrima puts the second one past Vanzela. It's 2-0 Harrisburg. Beautiful center by by Thiago. Saw his teammate DePrima open inside the goalie box, and DePrima just knocks it past Vanzela with a very skillful effort. Thiago on the assist, and the Blast find themselves down 2-0. This is exactly the kind of script that Harrisburg wanted to see here early in this match. Get the Blast doubting themselves, getting them feeling like this might not be their night. This is perhaps the strongest first period I have seen from Harrisburg all year, especially when you consider the competition tonight. The Blast, extremely talented, very much worthy of their multiple championships and being the reigning MASL champions. And the Harrisburg Heat just putting forth an unbelievably fantastic effort to start tonight's match and lead 2-0. You really couldn't ask for much more if you're a Harrisburg fan, as Basso is tripped up inside his own goal box by number 25, Daniel Peruzzi. Hugo rolls it down for a teammate, and Harrisburg will set up the offense with Thiago. Thiago into the Blast zone. Out to Lucio, as Harrisburg is on the attack here. Over to Burchett. Back to Lucio. Over to Basso. Basso back to Lucio. Now Fred kicks it back to Hugo. Over to Lucio, back to Hugo. Hugo looking downfield for a teammate. Has Neto in the corner. Neto couldn't control. And a foul will be called against Harrisburg and Baltimore will possess the soccer ball. 3:20 to go, opening quarter, and the Heat lead 2-0 in this crucial match against the defending champion and Eastern Division rival Baltimore Blast. We mentioned what an important match this is in terms of the Eastern Division standings, but in terms of a homestand for Harrisburg that has seen them lose 4 matches during that homestand as Lucio restarts it. Out to Ricardinho, a shot just high. Lucio controls now. Moving to his left, now back to Hugo. Hugo under pressure to get rid of it. He does. A kick back into the Harrisburg end. As Hugo got tied up with Hoxie. And teams, Hugo kind of saying sorry to Hoxie for that, but he was kind of just doing his job. And Hoxie slow to get up, and he'll walk to the bench under his own power. Good to see everybody's okay on that exchange. Anyway, we're saying that Harrisburg has had 4 losses on this 6-game homestand. This is the 6th game of the stand tonight. There, at least if you want to feel good about yourself and feel good about this homestand and send yourself on the road for 6 straight, there's no better way to do it than to beat this Baltimore club tonight. 2:58 to go. In the opening frame, Harrisburg leading 2-0. Healy will restart it. Donatelli, no. A pass to a teammate. Now back out to Healy. Healy controls. Over to Donatelli. A shot! Saved by Silva. 2:37 to go. Oh, a penalty was called against Harrisburg, and Chantel will serve it against Hugo. I guess the penalty was against Hugo, and so Harrisburg on the penalty kill. Excuse me for not noticing that. Brad Kerstetter on the field for the Heat. You know, he has become one of Coach Cabral's, as Basso takes a shot on the shorthand. He has become one of the most trusted defenders for this coaching staff of the Harrisburg Heat. And he is a position he has well earned. As Healy controls over to Donatelli. Now deep in the corner to Lucas Roque. Now Healy. Roque, a shot, and nice job by Basso to get part of his body on that shot. And that made it a lot easier for Hugo to get his hands on, and he throws it down the field. Dos Santos controls for Baltimore. Over to his right, to a teammate. Now back to Healy. Healy's quarterbacking this trip into the Harrisburg end for Baltimore. Now over to Donatelli. Back to Healy. So many dangerous players on this Baltimore roster. A shot just wide. Good job by Hugo. Healy into Dantas. A shot. Save. Or block, I should say. Nice penetration by Baltimore on this power play. 5 seconds to go in it. Here's Healy. Out to Dos Santos. Penalty over. Here comes Chantel. As Chago trying to battle for it with Donatelli, and he felt he was fouled. The official sees it differently. And Baltimore retains possession with 50 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, and they trail 2-0 to the Heat. What an exciting first quarter of action here in Harrisburg. A shot and block. Basso defending. A shot goes errant. Donatelli over to a teammate down low. There's Roque. Marco Nascimento controlled. He got a push, and ball goes back to Vanzela now as Vanzela sends it deep into the corner. Penalty's over. 15 seconds remains here in the opening quarter. Dantas. Out to Dos Santos, deep into the corner. Nothing doing there. 5 seconds to go. A weak shot, and it's stopped by Hugo, and that'll do it for the opening period. End of 1. Harrisburg Heat 2, and the visiting Baltimore Blast nothing. We'll be back with second period action here on the Harrisburg Heat MASL Soccer Network.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions. Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or ChrisTheRealtor4you at gmail.com.
Welcome back to Freedmont Mortgage Field at the New Holland Arena. Harrisburg Heat Soccer tonight. They lead 2-0 after one of the defending MASL champion Baltimore Blast. The Harrisburg Heat have just come out and been extremely intense. Have played as desperate as you would expect with a team facing the task that they are now in. As we said, they are 1-4 on the current homestand, 0-4 in their last 4, 2-4 in their last 6, 3-5 on the season. This is the first of 4 matches against the Blast tonight. They will have 2 matches on their upcoming 6-game road trip against the Blast. But every game in the division important, and every game against the division-leading Blast important for Harrisburg as well, as the Heat restarted with Lucio controlling, and now Hugo sending it deep into the Baltimore end. A shot by Neto. A nice save by Vanzela as Healy controls. And then Basso takes possession for the Heat. And the Heat will reset things on offense, leading 2-0. The Heat have played about as solid as a first period match as you could ask for, especially when you consider the competition. Basso defending. Hoxie, a rebound of his own shot, and a save by Silva. And Neto ahead of the Baltimore defense. A shot! Oh, just over the Baltimore cage. And the lead stays at 2-0 for Harrisburg. But that was a close call, too close if you're a Baltimore fan. In the corner, the Heat will restart it. Thiago to Neto. Neto, a shot. Oh, just stopped by Vanzela. And Neto controls in his own zone. Back to Hugo. Hugo off the boards to Neto. Neto will try to get it up to somebody who will set up the offense. Leo over to Brad Kerstetter. Kerstetter to Freitas. Chago controls on the left side. Chago has it stripped away. Hoxie the other way with it now. To Mello. Mello, a shot just wide. Just wide. Santana has it now for the Blast. Over to Dos Santos as the Blast possess with 13:23 to go in the first half. Thomas on the right side. Back to Elton De Oliveira. Back to Vanzilla. Vanzilla directing traffic, trying to set up his team in the offensive zone. Dantas controls down low. He's working against Kerstetter. Shot, save, a rebound. Baltimore scores. Baltimore, I believe. Yeah, I thought it was Donatelli. Tony Donatelli gets the Blast's first goal. It comes at the 12:55 mark, or, depending upon how you look at it, the 2:05 mark of the second period. But Tony Donatelli off the rebound makes it 2-1. Basso back to Hugo as the Heat will try to set up and try to find their third marker of the contest. Basso deep in the corner, centers for his teammate DePrima. DePrima already with one tonight. Back to Lucio. He has the other Heat goal. Lucio falls down and gets it kicked back to him and gets up in time. Now over to Fred. Fred over to Basso. Hugo kicks it up, and the Heat control. Fred, the 38-year-old MASL veteran, playing tonight in the MASL. David Miller, back to Basso. Kerstetter now controls. Kerstetter forwards it for Basso. Can't hang on. Neto, ball ping-pongs off of some Heat and Baltimore players, and Baltimore comes out with possession. William Vanzilla trying to set up the offense for Baltimore. Down to the corner to Lucas Roque. A shot saved by Hugo as number 22, Juan Pereira, goes into the boards hard, and he looks like he's holding his shoulder, and his other hand is down in between his knees. He is writhing in pain, and they are calling for the training staff to come on the field to help out Pereira. And Pereira, I think, kind of went to the boards hard on his own, and he looks like he's pointing to his shoulder area as the one that's a problem. This turns into a timeout for the Harrisburg Heat and Baltimore Blast coaching staffs, and they will try to orchestrate some plays while taking advantage of the time. To recap the scoring, Lucio opened up the scoring for Harrisburg at the 4:29 mark of the first period with a 1-0 Harrisburg lead. Danny DePrima made it 2-0 Harrisburg with 4:18 left as Pereira gets up to the applause of the very classy Harrisburg Heat faithful. So then it was 2-0 Harrisburg on the DePrima tally. And then Tony Donatelli cut it in half to make it 2-1 at the 2:15 mark of this second quarter. And that's where we stand now. Harrisburg leading 2-1 in this first half with 11:20 remaining in that first half. Fred, the MSAL veteran of Washington and Philadelphia, on the field tonight for the Harrisburg Heat. And he is on the field right now as we speak as the ball goes in the corner. Fred is defending, and he gets the ball off the boards to a teammate. Now back to Fred. Fred in the open field, and nice defense by Baltimore as a shot came from Ricardinho that just went over the Baltimore cage, but a very dangerous scoring chance right there for Harrisburg, and the Blast fans were certainly holding their breath on that one. 10 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the first half. Roque with it. Over to number 25, Peruzzi. Now Dos Santos back to Peruzzi. A shot or into the Mello, and Mello, that was a beautiful, beautiful pass from number 25, Daniel Peruzzi, to Mello for the goal, and that ties things at 2. That was one of those where it certainly took some talent for Mello to finish it, but the assist was almost more amazing than the goal. As you can see, many of the Baltimore players gravitating to the man with the assist who passed it 2 lines to get to his teammate Mello in the goal box to tie it at 2. Harrisburg has nothing to hang their heads about with that one. That was just a tremendous athletic effort by Peruzzi. I can't even say that Harrisburg's defense was out of position. It was just tremendous effort by Peruzzi to give his team, or I should say to set up his team for the tying goal, and a very nice finish by Mello once he got alone on the keeper, Hugo. You almost feel for Hugo when the pass is that good and you're that wide open in front of a goaltender. Needless to say, it makes the job of the keeper extremely difficult. David Miller up to Neto in the corner. Neto in the left corner for the Heat. Loses possession, and Baltimore will try to take advantage of things now with a tie game at 2. If you're the Heat now, no time to get down on yourselves. You've played a really spirited match so far. Stay positive, because you still need this match desperately. Thiago leaves it for Basso. Heads it in by Neto. The ball bounced around in the box in the Baltimore defensive end, and Neto knocks it in with his head. Elmo Neto puts the Heat back in the lead with 9:02 remaining in this first half.
Your Harrisburg Heat goal scored by number 75, Elmo Neto.
Elmo Neto.
The assist from number 8, Thiago Freitas.
And the assist going to Thiago.
With 8:59 to play in the second period, it is
And they came with 9:02 left to play in period number 2. Ball sent down to DePrima. And Lucio controls at center in the midfield mark for the Heat. Fred sends it in. In the corner, Leo working it out to Lucio. Now to Fred. Hugo controls in his own end. Kicks it too far and over the boards, and Baltimore will possess the ball with 8:16 to go in this first half. And the Harrisburg Heat, very resilient effort so far tonight. They got a quick 2-0 lead, or not a quick 2-0 lead, but they got a 2-0 lead, and then they got it tied up at 2, and then they came back to regain the lead at 3-2 as 8 minutes, we reached the 8-minute mark of the first half. So it's been a very, very impressive first half so far for the Heat. Just in terms of the effort they are putting forth tonight and the execution, even more importantly, that they are putting forth tonight. I don't mean to imply that their effort has been less than stellar in previous matches, because a lot of the matches that they have lost on this homestand have been extremely close.
Ball against Baltimore, number 12. 7:29, second period. Harrisburg, let's get loud!
So Kerstetter controls at his own end. Back to Silva with 7:17 to go in the first half. Basso kicks it up to his teammate Chago. Chago controls at midfield, sends it in deep. Neto. And falling to the ground is Pereira, who was hurt earlier. And glad to see he's okay. 6:56 to go. Period number 2. William Vanzela sends it deep into the Harrisburg corner. Pereira battling with Lucio. Mello will try to shot. It's blocked. Nice block. I believe that was by Fred. As Ricardinho gets it to a teammate. Now Fred controls or battles for it along the board. Now Mello has it to Pereira. And Baltimore sets up the offense with Healy in his own end. Healy brings it across the midfield stripe. On the left side now. Baltimore trying to work it down past the corner. Tripped up was Jamie Thomas. And Baltimore retains possession. It looks like Mello, either Mello or Pereira to restart it here. Over to Thomas. Thomas down to the right corner. Hoxie, very dangerous down low. A shot, nice block by, I believe it was DePrima. In the right corner, over to Hoxie. Oh. Nascimento trying to control. He tripped up by DePrima. And Mello will restart the offense for the Blast. Off the bench, Dos Santos has it to his teammate. Now back to Vanzela. Vanzela kicking it over to Dos Santos. Dos Santos back to Mello. Mello to Hoxie. Hoxie. He goes to the boards hard. And Leo was playing him, defending him in the boards. They're saying that he caused Hoxie to go into the boards hard. And Leo not liking that call, as he's going to be result in a penalty. And the Blast will go on a 2-minute power play. Blast power play is extremely dangerous. So this will be a big challenge for the Heat. And the penalty kill, as we mentioned earlier, Brad Kerstetter may be one of the most trusted members of that penalty kill out there. And he will be out there again to try to keep the ball out of the Harrisburg cage. 5:22 remaining in the first half. A huge sequence right here with 1:54 to go in the penalty. Roque has it into the corner. A header into the slot, and it falls harmlessly to the right side. Roque again to Healy. Back to Roque. Roque, a left-footed shot. Nice save by Silva. Nice save. And you can tell Hugo felt the energy from that one as he does a little fist pump after the save. Baltimore trying to take possession at midfield here. Heading it back to Healy, and they will set up the offense from there with 1:19 to go in the penalty to Harrisburg. Leo in the box for the Heat. Healy directing traffic. Gets it over to a teammate. Now deep in the corner. Donatelli too far, and it goes over the boards. And with 1:05 remaining in the Blast power play, the Heat will have possession as Hugo now is down in his crease. Looks like he's having an issue with his knee as Coach Cabral and the training staff come onto the playing surface. Lucio goes over to check out his teammate along with Marcos Chantel. 4 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in this first half. The Heat lead 3-2, and they are trying desperately to kill a penalty here with 1:05 left in that penalty. Well, to be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or email him at christherealtor4you@gmail.com. That is Chris the Realtor, all one word, the number 4 and the letter U @gmail.com. Celebrate your next birthday with the Harrisburg Heat. We have private party rooms for your child to celebrate their birthday with their favorite Heat players. Autograph session, on-field announcement, and voucher for in-house catering company Savor. Visit our website, harrisburgheat.com, for more details. Also want to remind you Heat fans that Filson Water is Central Pennsylvania's leading source for pure, high-quality water. We are the trusted water treatment solutions provider for homeowners, businesses, and organizations. Filson Water is the official water supplier of your Harrisburg Heat. Also, our players train hard 7 days a week, but even they get sore. When they do, they visit Homza Chiropractic for their adjustments. Homza is the official chiropractor of the Heat. Go where the pros go. Down now in his crease is Hugo Silva. Silva making his 9th straight start for the Heat in net. So he's seen a lot of action so far in a season that is almost at its first half point, just shy of the first half. So a minute even to go in the power play now. As the Harrisburg Heat defend, that injury timeout kind of helps the Heat a little bit because it keeps the players fresh. We talked about Brad Kerstetter on the penalty kill. He usually plays on the back end. In the penalty kill, the coaching staff likes to play him on the front at times. And it's a role I've talked to him about before. He does an excellent job with it. He's very patient when he needs to be and aggressive when he needs to be as well. And he's just got the kind of mentality. He's kind of got nerves of steel out there a little bit, and that helps when you're defending on a power play or you're on a penalty kill. 8 seconds to go in this penalty kill. 4, 3, 2, 1. Penalty expires. Here comes Leo. Shot just wide of the net. And it remains 3-2 Harrisburg. 3:12 to go. Shot just wide of Hugo again. Hugo in good positions here. And these balls just going harmlessly to the side because there's nothing to hit because Hugo's in position. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go. In the opening half, it's 3-2 Harrisburg. Healy sends it down. Basso sends it to the sideboard off of his chest. And the ball comes back into the Baltimore end. Harrisburg attacking. Chago with the ball. Chago trying to get a shot off. Leaves it from Neto. Neto just wide! Looking for his second of the contest there. 3-2 Harrisburg in the lead. Trying to get one before halftime here. They have possession of the ball now. Leo back to Hugo. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Ricardinho sending it in. Neto down low. Chago controlling now. Chago on the left side, looking for a teammate. Has one on the opposite side of the field. Oh, lost. Ricardinho lost the ball. Now he tries to defend on the other end. A dangerous Daniel Peruzzi has it. You look up and down Baltimore's roster, and almost every player, when his foot's on the ball, you can say the very dangerous and then the Baltimore player. They are that talented up top to bottom on this roster. The Heat, of course, very talented as well. Neto battling for it, a tremendous effort by Neto. And finally, the referees call it. Neto flexing his right hand as his back is on the ground right now. His team leading 3-2 with 1:27 to go in the opening half. And he is just asking the referee for a brief timeout here. Try to gather himself. And now Fred will restart things for the Heat. Fred rolls it down low to Neto. Neto in the corner. Ball squirts out to the Baltimore box, and now Baltimore possesses it and takes it down the other end. Roque with it. Back to Mello. Baltimore's so dangerous. And their players are so interchangeable. And the Heat, has kind of played the same way for most of the season. Like a lot of their players rotate in and out at different positions as well, as we just talked about with Brad Kerstetter a few minutes ago. Less than a minute remains, 45 seconds to be exact in the opening half. Baltimore trails 3-2 here in Harrisburg. 35 seconds remains.
Let's go, Harrisburg!
D'Oliviero as the ball is whistled and Baltimore retains possession. Dos Santos with it. 25 seconds to go. Baltimore will try to set it up for a last-ditch effort to tie the game before the half. Ball forward to Hoxie. He tried to head it, couldn't get his head on it. And Fred tripped as he was trying to come up the field. And Fred slow to get up with 13 seconds to go. And now I think Dos Santos is getting called for a trip. The referee showing a yellow card. I believe it was to Dos Santos. But with 13 seconds to go, Dos Santos gets the yellow card. It looks like the official is explaining what's going on to Gino DeFlorio on the Harrisburg bench. 11 seconds to go. 10 seconds now. Basso and Harrisburg is just content to lay on this until the half and going with a 3-2 lead as Hugo kicks it down the field, and that'll do it for the first half. At the end of one half of play, it's your Harrisburg Heat 3, the visiting defending champion Baltimore Blast 2. We're back with some, to recap the first half scoring on the halftime show here on the Harrisburg Heat MASL Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or Chris the Realtor for you at gmail.com. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Fans, welcome back to the halftime show. At the half, it is your Harrisburg Heat leading the defending MASL champion Baltimore Blast. Let's recap the first half scoring for you. First of all, the first goal came from Lucio Gonzaga. Beautiful effort by Gonzaga, and you'll see he can hit the only area of the net where he possibly could here and beats Vanzela to the top of the cage. 1-0 Heat. Dede DePrima on the second goal for Harrisburg. Thiago controls down the sideboard, a beautiful pass, and DePrima just redirects it past Vanzela. Heat lead 2-0. Tony Dalatelli here on a really nice individual effort as the ball is off the Hugo could not prevent the rebound, and Donatelli takes advantage. And this is just a beautiful assist. And the ball is sent into the slot area, and then Armello just puts it past him on the right side. The Heat's third goal, Basso off the wall, and Neto heads it past Vanzela and his outstretched arms, and that's where we stand right now. It is 3-2 in favor of your Harrisburg Heat. And again, I said it at the top of the broadcast, but I'll say it again in case some of you are just tuning in right now. This match is not just important to the Harrisburg Heat. It is vitally important to the Harrisburg Heat, there's no question. But it's extremely important to the entire division. You have the Blast, after 7 games, sitting atop the Eastern Division in the MASL at 6-1. The Tropics are in second place with a record of 4-4. The Syracuse Silver Knights, who were here with a victory last night over the Heat, have moved to 3-4 after last night's victory, and Harrisburg falls to last place at 3-5. Now, 4-4, 3-4, and 3-5 are all very close together, but the importance of this game to the division is if Baltimore wins tonight, they are 7-1 after 8 games, and that makes the Heat's job even more daunting as they will be 3-6, whereas 4-5, if they win tonight, will be just one game under 500 with 9 games played. And then, of course, the Knights at 3-4 and the Tropics at 4-4. So Baltimore will not only pull potentially way ahead of the division with a win tonight. I mean, they're still sitting fairly pretty if they come out with a loss at 6-2, but they really can start to pull away, because then they will be 3 games ahead of the Tropics and the rest of the pack in the loss column. If with a win, however, with a loss, they are in reachable ground with a 2-loss ahead in the loss column, assuming that they are not victorious tonight. So this game, the eyes of the Eastern Division on this match tonight, absolutely. I mean, the eyes are just all over this match tonight. I'm going to try to pass on some scores from other matches around the league. The Cedar Rapids Rampage lead the Comets 2-0. The Wave lead the Ambush 1-0. And we don't have any score yet between the Stars and the Souls. But Harrisburg leading a very key match here, as we said, for the Eastern Division. And coming into the match tonight, Harrisburg is 2-4 so far at home, 1-4 on the current 6-game homestand. Tonight is the 6th game of the homestand. They would like to send themselves on a 6-game road trip. That's going to be very key, and it features 4 division opponents, including the Blast, twice on that trip. And they want to send themselves on the road with a win to finish this current home streak 2-4. But this game, let's be honest, it's against your arch rival, the defending league champions. So if you get a win here tonight against the defending league champions, you want to look at that 2-4 homestand and say, it's 2-4, but that win against Baltimore just means so much. In fact, I would venture to say that you get a win here tonight, it's worth a heck of a lot more than a win. You feel good about yourself heading out on the road, or feel better about yourself, I would say, heading out on the road. 2-4, first of all, looks a whole lot better than 1-5. And also, when you consider the magnitude of the second win and the fact that you keep yourself within striking distance of the defending champion Blast in the standings, there's no arguing that it's an important and a huge win. So the 2-4, while it wouldn't look fantastic, it looks a whole lot better than 1-5. And again, just the magnitude of that one win is going to be extremely important going forward. As we said, this is the first of 4 this season against the Blast. Then they embark on a 6-game road trip where they will face, in part, the Tropics, Silver Knights, and they'll have 2 against the Blast. The next home game for the Harrisburg Heat is Friday, January 26th, as they will complete their season series with the Blast. And then they also have a home game the following night, January 27th, against the Tropics. Also, real quick, let's take a look at the next 6 on the road. They start with the Tropics, then they go to Syracuse, then they go to Baltimore, then on Friday, January 12th, they go to the Rampage, the Cedar Rapids Rampage. Then they go to the Comets on Saturday the 13th. Saturday, January 20th, they take on the Blast in Baltimore, and then they come home for their final season series game against Baltimore. So this 6-game road trip, to say it is going to be season defining, is not a stretch. Not a stretch at all. So to say this game, I don't think we're underestimating the importance of this match tonight. This is basically a season-defining match for the Heat tonight, and the home faithful are getting treated to an excellent contest here with the Heat up 3-2 at halftime. If they basically play as well in the second half as they did in the first half, they should be just fine in the second half of this contest. So we recap the scoring, explain the importance of tonight's second half, and we will come back and finish off the halftime show with what to look forward to in the second half as the halftime show continues here on the MASL Harrisburg Heat Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or ChrisTheRealtor4You at gmail.com. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back. We are still at halftime of tonight's soccer match between the Harrisburg Heat and the visiting Baltimore Blast. Your Harrisburg Heat lead 3-2 here after one half of play. In the second half, the Harrisburg Heat are probably going to need to do exactly what they did in the first half, and that is be patient, possess the ball with confidence, and execute properly when you do possess the ball. Those possessions are so important, and so important not to waste possessions against a very patient team in the Blast. The Blast are patient offensively and defensively, and the Heat have matched the patience and skill so far tonight. They will have to continue to do so here in the second half. I want to remind you that Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute is proud to offer modern treatment services for many musculoskeletal disorders and diseases, as well as for post-injury, post-operative rehabilitation. We lead the industry by faithfully upholding our patient care promise. We ensure access to services within 24 hours of patients receiving referrals, and we work with all insurance plans. If you need the best products and service in office documents, call Dacio. They service all of the central Pennsylvania region and have earned a reputation so strong that we made them the official copier of your Harrisburg Heat. Sprained, strained, or broken? Call 24/7 for orthopedic injury care and advice. See an orthopedic specialist. Avoid the wait of the ER. Orthopedic urgent care without the drama. Also, the official medical provider of the Harrisburg Heat. That is the Orthopedic Institute of Pennsylvania, Arlington Orthopedics Family Care of Pennsylvania. What are you doing after tonight's game? Come celebrate with the players and fans at Mr. G's Sports Bar. No one loves the Heat as much as Mr. G, but everyone loves Mr. G's food. Post-game, each game at Mr. G's. And Belco Community Credit Union is locally based and a non-for-profit credit union dedicated to meeting the needs of the communities we serve through exceptional service and financial education. Visit belco.org for more information. And fans, if you're going to celebrate a birthday, why not celebrate it with the Harrisburg Heat? Celebrate your next birthday with us. We have private party rooms for your child to celebrate their birthday with their favorite Heat players. Have an autograph session, an on-field announcement, and voucher for in-house catering company Savor. Visit our website, harrisburgheat.com, for more details. And are you a fan of the MASL? Scores, stats, news, and more exclusively at maslsoccer.com. As the teams come out from their individual locker rooms and get on the field for the second half, we'll take one more timeout before starting the match, and we'll do so now on the Harrisburg Heat MASL Soccer Network. Welcome back to the New Holland Arena at Friedmont Mortgage Field. Max Stevens filling in for the legendary John Wilsbach on play-by-play of tonight's broadcast of Harrisburg Heat Soccer. It is my pleasure to not so much fill in, but sit in for a living legend. Nobody can quite fill in for John. But I'm happy to to lend my efforts to the broadcast tonight so that he can enjoy a well-deserved vacation. The Harrisburg Heat are right now honoring Val Texera, and very nice as the Heat honor him. Elton De Oliveira for Baltimore taps Texera on the belly and shows his appreciation for what his contributions to this team and this league have been over the past several seasons. And Val is going to retire from professional soccer playing after this season to embark upon a coaching career. And I'm sure Val will be extremely successful. He has a class act and knows the game inside and out, and he will do he's already coaching, of course, but he's going to be coaching full-time next season. And so congratulations to Texera, and we hope the transition to coach Texera, which has already begun actually, is a smooth one for him, and we wish him nothing but the best here from the Harrisburg Heat soccer family. Chago into DePrima, and now Dantas coming the other way for Baltimore. A shot wide, and the ball rolls its way to DePrima, and DePrima now possesses the ball for the Heat. Over to Ricardinho. Ricardinho back for Hugo. Hugo over to Lucio as Harrisburg tries to set up its offense. Lucio with one goal already tonight, the opening goal of the contest. 13:50 to go here in the third. Deep in the corner is Neto. He has to take it away from him. Now back to Neto. Now back to Lucio. As the Heat look to reset things. Over to Fred. Fred controls toward midfield. Back to Leo. Leo. Back to Fred, who kicks it back to Hugo, who starts things off to Leo. Leo over to Brad Kerstetter. Brad sporting the orange shoes tonight. You can easily identify those from the press box. That is David Meller. Meller sends it in for Neto. Neto, a shot off a rebound. No! A follow by Kerstetter. He scores! The Harrisburg Heat lead by 2 as Kerstetter pokes in the rebound. The ball was sent off the boards. A shot by Neto. Kerstetter takes the rebound in the slot and hammers it home at the 2:50 mark of the third period. And that puts the Heat back up by 2. As Kerstetter getting some love on the bench. Mr. Delmont giving him some love on the bench over there. Saying thank you for being a member of my team, Brad Kerstetter. You know, Brad is one of the players who's been with the Heat during all the losing of the previous 2 seasons before Mr. Delmont's arrival. And he knows what that feels like. And he had to sacrifice some playing time when the new regime came in because there was an influx of talent. Mr. Delmont brought a lot of talent with him when he took over the club. As a foul called against Baltimore, and Harrisburg retains possession with 12:33 to go. And Kerstetter, you know, I talked to him in a couple of practices, and we were talking about, you know, his role in the power play and how, you know, some of his playing time diminished, and, you know, he wasn't happy, obviously, about losing playing time, but he also was very classy about it and just put his head down and worked extremely hard to do what he was asked to do by this coaching staff. And the coaching staff really appreciates his efforts, and they are even trusting him more out there and putting a lot of responsibility on his plate. Even tonight, they're putting a lot of responsibility on his plate, and he is earning every bit of it. So, I mean, things obviously, my point is that things didn't, turn out 100% the way he would have liked, but you couldn't ask for a guy to handle it with any more character or any more class, or frankly, any better than Kerstetter has handled his situation with the Heat. And I think that's part of the reason. I mean, Mr. Delmont understands this game and understands a lot of the sacrifices that his players make, and I think that embrace was more than just an embrace for that particular marker for Kerstetter, but an embrace of kind of the embodiment of what it means to be a Harrisburg Heat player, especially under Mr. Delmont's leadership. 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the third. Heat lead 4-2, thanks to the Kerstetter marker at the 2:50 mark of the third. So the Heat, just like the match started, could not ask for a much better start in the second half as the ball dangerously in the slot, but Hugo controls it. And the Heat possess the other way with David Miller at midfield. Back to Hugo. Neto back with Hugo. And Hugo looking downfield. Basso controls a shot. Oh, and Vandal had to make a very nice save as Basso got a very nice foot on that ball. Lucio battling in the corner. David Miller with Roque. Vanzala. And knowing Mr. Delmont as I do, a former, he's very, Mr. Delmont, for an owner, as Meller tries to get things back going the other way, is, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a very, he's got a huge personality, and I mean that in the most endearing way possible. As a shot in the slot, it was a dangerous shot that Lucio puts out of bounds, and a very nice move to put his foot on it by Lucio as he gets a push from Roque as he goes by, and that was very uncalled for. I'll continue with the story about Mr. Delmont here in a moment. A shot by Dos Santos. Nice block by DePrima. As Nascimento sends it in too deep and over the glass in the corner, in Harrisburg will take possession with 9:14 to go here in the third. Mr. Delmont has such a vivid and great personality. He's so personable, is what I'm trying to say, and and sometimes he just wears his heart on his sleeve, and you see him. It's fun to see an owner here as Baltimore's in the attack end. It's fun to see an owner interact with the fans the way he does during a game. He stands at his customary spot down there, down from the Heat bench a little bit, and after goals he goes over and gives the fans high fives. It's great to see an owner do that kind of stuff. It's really a refreshing departure from what you think about when you think about an owner of a sports franchise. But Mr. Delmont is trying to give this community a tremendous gift, and that tremendous gift being a very, very competitive soccer team and a field product on which we can be proud here in Harrisburg, and he's on his way to doing that. 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go. DePrima has it in the attack end. DePrima trying to get around Dos Santos. He's battling for it as David Miller is down in the Heat zone, in the Heat defensive zone, and Steven Basso looking at the officials and saying, can we get a whistle? I mean, my gosh, our guy was down for over 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. Can we get a whistle on that? .8:24 to go in the third period. Heat by 2. Kerstetter back on the field. Basso He is pointing and demonstratively pointing and talking to the referees there and expressing his dissatisfaction. And still expressing his dissatisfaction as the play resumes. And the ball goes over the penalty bench area and out of play with 8:18 to go. This will give Harrisburg a huge restart at the top of the key. Chago gets it to his teammate Gonzaga, a shot and deflected out of bounds. So Harrisburg will get another key restart here. The restart will be down low. I'll try to pass, but somebody got the foot on it for Baltimore, and Harrisburg will just reset the offense here. Elmo Neto in the corner. Ball squirts back out to Lucio. Just across the midfield, straight to Thiago. Down low to Neto, and nothing doing. Vanzala will clear the zone with a throw. Basso making an attempt at the ball before Hugo controls it. 7:35 to go in the third. Harrisburg Heat leading by 2 in a contest. There's no other way to say it. They have to have it. 7:23. It's one of those games tonight for the Heat where if you lose it, your season isn't over. But you know what? Some people are going to start counting you out. And needless to say, it would be tremendously difficult to get back into things with a loss tonight. But they are playing the absolute game they have to play. And if they continue playing this way for the remainder of the contest, they absolutely can hold on to this 2-goal lead. As a penalty to Leo, and now a TV timeout. And we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Harrisburg Heat Soccer on the MASL Heat Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or ChrisTheRealtor4you at gmail.com.
Welcome back to New Holland Arena at Fremont Mortgage Field. The Harrisburg Heat leading the defending champion Baltimore Blast 4-2 in period number 3, 7:04 to go as the action resumes. Don't know where to start with your mortgage? Fremont Mortgage takes pride in helping our clients gain a better understanding of the mortgage process in simple to understand terms. We'll provide you with all the right information you need to make the right decision. Fremont Mortgage. Check them out. As a whistle blows things dead with 6:52, and the possession arrow will favor Harrisburg at the 6:52 mark. Goals for Harrisburg tonight from Lucio, Danny DePrima, Neto, and Kerstetter. Goals for Baltimore have come from Donatelli and Mello. 6:35 to go. Third quarter, Harrisburg by 2. Kerstetter controls on the right side. Back to Chantel. Over to Leo. Or Thiago, excuse me. Thiago to Ricardinho. Ricardinho looking to set something up here. Oh, just misses. Hit the post and bounces over the sideboards, and Baltimore will possess the soccer ball. Beautiful effort by Ricardinho. Just inches from making it 5-2 Harrisburg. Lucio. David Miller pursues. Peruzzi to a teammate. You can almost feel the energy from Harrisburg right now. 5:45 to go. DePrima moving the shot out. Dantas complaining that that Chantel's hands were on him. Peruzzi moving the ball to Dos Santos. Dos Santos over to Pereira. Back to Dos Santos. Or no, it's DeLiviera, excuse me. DeLiviera now controlling in the corner. Out to a teammate. Shot trickles through. Harmlessly saved by Silva. 5 minutes even to go in the third. Harrisburg by 2. Vanzela kicks it out. Down to Peruzzi. Duarte, a shot! Make that Thiago, excuse me. Thiago way over the cage. Got a good foot on it, but just high. A lot of power behind the shot. As a push by Basso on Pereira, and Baltimore will possess. 4:35 to go. Blast trailed by 2 here in Harrisburg. Basso heads it. Neto controls, kicks it back. Nice kick by Neto. And Vanzela controls inside his box. A throw by Vanzela to Dos Santos down the right side, or left side. Kerstetter kicks it out. Nice pass to Ricardinho. Ricardinho, oh! Trying to control and gets tripped up by Roque. And you can tell Baltimore frustration is beginning to settle in a little bit for Baltimore. They're not used to trailing here in Harrisburg like this. DePrima. And now controlled by Hugo for Harrisburg. Over to Lucio behind him. Lucio couldn't locate the ball. And now Baltimore comes back the other way. Roque with it. And Chantel kicks it away. But Baltimore still controls. Mello with it. Mello looking for a teammate. Finds Dos Santos. Over to Pereira. Pereira controls. Over to Nascimento. Nascimento trying to move with it. Pursued by Chantel. Now to Mello. Mello in the corner. Being defended by Neto. Here comes Mello to the right side. Roque with it. Roque controlling on the left side boards. Oliveira pass too far for him. And Lucio battling with it now with Nascimento in the corner. Ball goes out of bounds, I believe, off of David Miller. That was Dos Santos battling in the corner. Donatelli already has one tonight. He will restart things for Baltimore in the Harrisburg end with 2:49 to go. Over to Pereira. Pereira to Hoxie. Shot, nice. I couldn't tell if Hugo got a finger on that or not, but if he did, that was a tremendous save by Hugo. 2:42 remaining in the third period. Donatelli. Oh, centers it harmlessly. As it turns out, Hoxie with a shot. Nice turnaround, and Hoxie frustrated with himself for not converting on that chance. Baltimore, it's been that kind of night for the Blast. They are just not converting some chances that they usually do convert, and it's much to the Heat's credit. As the ball by Kerstetter is sent out of bounds too far for Basso, and the Heat will come back in and defend. With 2:31 to go in period number 3, and when he set out of bounds, he knew what he did, because now this sets up for Baltimore with a very lucrative restart deep in the Harrisburg end at the top of the goal key. 2:31 to go. Heat in the lead by 2. Dantas and his teammate there. Healy sends it to Donatelli, and Donatelli sends it high over the Harrisburg cage, and Healy with his hands over his face at the opportunity lost on that restart. 2:30 to go in period number 3. If you wanted drama, if you wanted good play, if you wanted a close match, you are getting everything and a little bit more tonight. If you're either here or tuning in for this broadcast, it has been a tremendous soccer match tonight here in Harrisburg. The first of 4 between these two clubs. Ball just outstretches Hugo, and a score. Mello, his second of the night, with 2:12 to go in the third. It brings Baltimore within 1. So Mello, number 2 on the night. And it's 4-3 Harrisburg. Baltimore has not led in the contest. They have tied it, but there Dantas setting it off the boards. A shot, and just outstretched from Hugo, and Mello is right there to knock it in and make it 4-3, cutting the Harrisburg lead to 1 as DePrima restarts things with 2:10 to go in the third. Hugo kicks it to the corner for Neto. Neto, very dangerous down low, working against Dos Santos. And Mello, he's being double teamed right now. Now out to Lucio. Lucio over to David Miller. David Miller looking for his shot. Oh, had Neto, but Neto couldn't get a good foot on it to put it past Vanzala. And Vanzala controls. Ball sent up to Dantas. Chantel is pursuing. Chantel all over Dantas. Now Dos Santos has the ball. Working against Neto. And Gonzaga coming down the sideline here off the corner. And saved by Vanzala. 1:10 to go. Vanzala controls for Baltimore. Brings it across the midfield stripe. Leaves it for his teammate Pereira. Pereira over to Healy. Healy to De Oliveira. De Oliveira over to his teammate. A shot, nice block by David Miller. Back out to Healy. And Dantas sends it back for Healy. Healy over to Roque. In the corner. Now works it out of the corner, working against Chantel. To Donatelli. Donatelli down low. And Kerstetter, nice kick away. And Pereira will get it for Baltimore. Nice key kick by Kerstetter there to get the ball out of danger with 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They want to keep the ball out of the Harrisburg net here if possible. 7 seconds to go. A shot with 4 seconds to go. Saved by Silva, and that's 1, and that'll do it. for 3 quarters of play. Your score, Harrisburg 4 and Baltimore 3. Back with fourth quarter action on the Harrisburg Heat MASL Soccer Network.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions. Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience.
Welcome back, Heat fans. Well, the honeydew list is getting longer, and there's leaves to rake, Christmas lights to hang. Should have listened to your wife and hired someone. Now you're in that ladder wasn't so steady. Avoid the hassle and wait at the ER and visit OIP Arlington Orthopedic Injury Clinic. Orthopedic care without the drama. Welcome to the Comfort Inn Riverfront Hotel, located in downtown Harrisburg. The only hotel in the area located on the banks of the beautiful Susquehanna River. Our 100% smoke-free hotel is perfect for both business and leisure travelers who want to stay in the heart of downtown Harrisburg. The Heat lead 4-3. We are here getting set for the fourth period of play. They lead the Baltimore Blast 4-3 in a contest, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast. They just absolutely have to have. If you need the best products and service in office documents, call Dacio. They service all of the Central PA region and have earned the reputation so strong that we made them the official copier of the Harrisburg Heat. Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute is proud to offer modern treatment services for many musculoskeletal disorders and diseases, as well as for post-injury, post-operative rehabilitation. We lead the industry by faithfully upholding our patient care promise. We ensure access to services within 24 hours of patients receiving referrals, and we work with all insurance plans. Buckle yourselves in, Harrisburg Heat Nation. It is 4-3 Heat, and we are in the final period of play as we are underway in the final period here at New Holland Arena at Freedmont Mortgage Field. Thiago controlling for the Heat. Thiago working against Mello. Back to Neto. Neto in the corner now, battling with Dos Santos. Kicked out to Thiago. Lucio, a shot! Beautiful shot, beautiful save by Vanzala. And the contest remains at 4-3. Hoxie now controlling. Trying to get over to his teammate, Pereira. Ball in the corner. Thiago kicks it out. Baltimore controls at midfield. 14:05 to go. Heat lead 4-3. Heat trying to get a huge win here to close out a homestand. It was a 6-game homestand. Shot, saved by Silva. Thiago coming the other way. And he is brought down by Dos Santos. And Harrisburg should retain possession here. Thiago restarts it to Gonzaga. Lucio. back to Hugo. Now Fred back on the field for the Heat, the MASL veteran. Or excuse me, the MLS veteran. A pass too far for Kerstetter, goes back, controlled by Chantel for Harrisburg. 13-19 to go in the contest. Heat leading 4-3. Ball down the side of the boards, and Vanzela makes a save for the Blast. Ball goes down to the corner, and Kerstetter, it's off his foot with 13:01 to go. Healy, a very key restart for Baltimore now, 13:01. Healy passes to his teammate, a shot. It gets past Silva, and Baltimore ties it at 4. Wow. Let's see the replay of this. I couldn't catch the number. I think it was Donatelli that scored. Yeah, it was Donatelli. And it was just a very auspicious kind of goal, as Healy just casually passes it to his left, and not a rocket for a shot, just kind of a tap. And it's 4-4 as Baltimore ties the game for the second time. And Donatelli has his second tally of the night for Baltimore. Mello has 2, Donatelli has 2. The Heat have tallies from Lucio, Danny DePrima, Elmo Neto, and Kerstetter. And we stand tied at 4 with 12:42 remaining in the fourth. On a key restart for Harrisburg. Thiago leaves it for Ricardinho, and the ball goes off a Blast player and out of bounds, and the Heat will restart things again with 12:40 to go in regulation. Ball out to Lucio. Lucio got it off of the top of his ankle, or the middle part of his ankle, and it goes deep in between section 25 and 26. With 12:38 to go in regulation, tied at 4. Coming down the other way is Baltimore. Mello tripped up by Freddie. Fred trips him up, and Baltimore will restart things in the Harrisburg end from the spot of the trip. Ball pushed over. Shot, and David Miller defends it well in the slot area for Harrisburg as it bounces off of him and out to the wall, and Healy will reset things on the Baltimore offense. Chantel gets it as the Baltimore player falls down deep in the Harrisburg, and I think it was Roque that fell down. And now Peruzzi controls back for Baltimore. 12:07 to go in regulation, tied at 4. Ball sent deep in for Roque. Roque, a harmless shot to Hugo. Looked dangerous, even though it was a slow roller, but Hugo stops it with 11:50 to go. Chantel back at his own end. Ball forwarded and almost to Neto. Ball goes deep into the Harrisburg attack end. Centering by Neto, nobody there for it, otherwise it would have been extremely dangerous. And now Thiago controlling on the left side. Thiago loses it. Basso comes sliding in. Basso, it goes out of bounds off of Basso's foot, and Baltimore will retain possession, or gain possession, the other way. 11:24 remaining in this contest, or at least the regulation part of it. Ping pong header there, and Thiago looking as he gets physical with Pereira. Donatelli now. Back to Dos Santos. You can feel the intensity building in this contest. 11:03 to go. It's been building all night to this climax, and we are 10:55 away from knowing what the score is at the end of regulation as the ball bounces out of bounds, and Harrisburg looks like we'll get possession of it. As Dos Santos expresses his disagreement as he jogs away. Neto controlling it. Over to Chago, just over the Baltimore cage. Just over the cage. And harmlessly falls into the seats. $10:45 to go in regulation. We're tied at 4. Vanzela rolls it down for Hoxie. Hoxie. Back to Nascimento. Down to Hoxie. Chantel grabbing his jersey a little bit there. And the referee calls it.
Call against the Harrisburg Heat, number 16.
Chantel call for the hold.
Let's go, Heat! Let's go, Heat!
Mello to restart it for Baltimore. Healy behind him to his left. A shot through the slot goes harmlessly to the boards. Nascimento controls for Baltimore. Shot, nice shot, just wide. Wide left. Heat and Blast tied at 4. Ball sent in for Hoxie. Hoxie to Mello. Now Kerstetter. He controls. Kerstetter. And stolen away by Baltimore. And Thomas has it for the Blast. 9:53 to go. Regulation time. 4-4. We're all tied up. Baltimore has never led in this contest. The Heat have led twice. Have had a 2-goal lead twice, I should say. But Baltimore, if they get a lead in this contest, will be their first lead. Remain tied at 4 with 9:23 to go. Dos Santos. Over to Vanzela. Vanzela kicks it deep into the corner. And Lucio will be the first one there. It's to Hugo. Hugo kicks it out to midfield where Dos Santos has it. Kicks it back into the Heat end. And the Heat kick it back out. And it goes to the corner where Vanzela will leave it for Dos Santos. And then it goes into the goal box. And now Vanzela will elect to take it. Throws downfield. Basso first to it, kicks it with his left foot back to number 11, Ricardinho. Ricardinho trying to center for Basso, and nothing doing there. Benny Dantas now has it for Baltimore. 8:38 to go. Next score is looming extremely large, especially as the clock continues to tick with 8:29 to go in regulation. Dantas' shot. Nice block by Basso, the reigning MASL Defender of the Year, showing us why on that block. Down into the corner. Ball goes out of the corner to Healy. Ball rolls into Dantas. Tried to pass it with a no-look pass, but Basso just blocked it. Pereira controlling. Nice! Nice ball by Ricardinho to keep it out of the Heat end. Ball rolls down to Silva, and he will take it from there. Rolls it for his teammate, Kerstetter. Kerstetter already has 1 goal tonight as he steps off, and Gonzaga comes back on. 7:10 to go. In regulation, tied at 4. Space on the field is extremely valuable right now. especially the deeper we get into this contest. DePrima over to Gonzaga. Lucio trying to set up something for the Heat offense. Neto back to Lucio. Kicked away from Lucio. And Fred kicks it back up for David Meller. David Meller battling for it. You almost have a feeling that something really big is going to happen for David Meller in this game. He's been hustling all game long. And he's been a physical presence for the Heat, using his upper body a lot to try to gain whatever advantage he can from it. He's a big body out there. And almost have a feeling something really good is going to happen for him before this contest is over. 6:08 to go. Lucio controlling it. The leading scorer for the Heat, Thiago. Thiago back to Lucio. 5:55. It would be sweet for Lucio to get the game winner to beat his former teammates, that's for sure. Shot! Thiago! Score! The Harrisburg Heat make it a 5-4 game with 5:51 to go in the contest. Thiago in the slot, dribbling past Vinny Dantas to get it to Teixeira. Teixeira sets him up beautifully inside the circle, just outside the goalie box, and he kicks it past one of the best keepers in the game, William Vanzela, and that'll be a TV timeout now with 5:51 to go. The Harrisburg Heat lead 5-4 in the fourth. We'll take a timeout here on the MASL Harrisburg Heat Soccer Network.
Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or Chris the Realtor for you at gmail.com. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to the New Holland Arena at Friedmont Mortgage Field. The Harrisburg Heat leading the defending champion of the MASL Baltimore Blast 5-4. 5 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. Baltimore has not led in the contest. They've come back from 2-goal deficits twice to tie it. If the pattern continues itself now, Harrisburg would now get another tally from here. That would be a huge tally. Obviously, Thiago's goal to give Harrisburg a lead is absolutely huge, as Harrisburg is on the attack end now. Ricardinho. And ball comes out controlled by the Blast. Pereira. Chantel trying to kick it out. Can't do it. Battling with Danny DePrima along the sideboards. Now Nascimento controls for the Blast. Healy has it. Ball kicked into the corner. It's Andrew Hoxie. A shot by Nascimento goes wide off a Heat player. 4:58 to go. A shot in the slot, kicked out by Chantel. DePrima now has it. And Harrisburg possesses with Brad Kerstetter, who already has a goal in the night's contest. Shot down the field into the corner. Giving chase is Neto. Falling is Dos Santos. Oh, man, Dos Santos, that is a veteran move right there to fall down as Neto got close to him. And the referees looked like they bought that. Hoxie has it. Gonzago, nice job to pick his pocket. Now the ball ping-ponging off the boards and the players. And Thiago gets it over to Basso, who kicks it across the timeline. And Baltimore will be forced to reset with 4:13 to go in regulation, trailing 5-4. What a tremendous contest we've had on our hands tonight here in Harrisburg. This, I think, has been the most exciting game of the homestand by far. And that's saying a lot. We've had some exciting games during this homestand. Some close losses here on the homestand. Some of the results not going the way the Heat wanted it to, but it doesn't mean that their effort wasn't a good one. They've had some good efforts during this homestand. It's almost, I would describe them as a little bit snake bit on this homestand a little bit. And that happens at times, but the good news is tonight they are showing some real character to fight through what's been a tough homestand for them. And this win would go a long way in the standings tonight. Harrisburg, what a tremendous effort they have put forth so far. We have 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And I think it's fair to say, if the Heat are able to pull this one off tonight, biggest win of the season, maybe biggest regular season win under Mr. Delmont's ownership. When you consider what they're up against and what's happened to them on this homestand. Val Texera tripped, no call. And Thiago pushed to the ground by Donatelli, or Oliveira, no call. Dos Santos looking for a teammate. Shot, and Melo bounces it off of the Section 9 sign harmlessly behind the goal. And there's 3:15 to go in the contest. What a nail biter we have going on here. Obviously, the fifth goal, as we were talking about earlier, huge. No question, huge. If another goal were to be scored here, it would be huge as well. One to either tie it or put the Heat up by 2. De Silva, nice way to kick it out of danger. David Miller has it in midfield. Miller battling against Nascimento. Nascimento. Odaroke. Ball kicked up into the Harrisburg defensive end. Donatelli to Roque. Shot, score. Roque got a pass from his teammate, and he ties things up. And with 2:35 to go in regulation. Wow. It went right through Hugo De Silva's legs. Looked like Pereira to Donatelli, and then all alone, Roque was by himself a few feet in front of Hugo De Silva, and the ball goes through De Silva's legs. We're tied at 5. $2:34 to go. The next goal, depending upon when it's scored, does not necessarily win the game, but it certainly is, as we talked about with the last goal, is huge. Because he would then go into overtime situation where the first score would win. Deep to Hoxie. Basso. Back to Texera. Ricardinho bumping around there. D'Oliveira with the ball now. Gets it over to Dos Santos, a shot wide. And rubbed out against the boards is DePrima by D'Oliveira. And Harrisburg will possess the ball with under 2 minutes to go. 1:57 to be exact.
1:57 to play. Let's go!
We are tied at 5. If you're just joining us, it's been one heck of a match. Back and forth. Baltimore has never led, but they have tied the contest for the 3rd time. They were down twice by 2 goals, then down by 1 goal and tied it at 5 just a few minutes ago. And that's where we sit, 5-5 with 1:35 remaining. Neto controlling down the side boards. Harrisburg's got to find one more here for the victory. Chantel controls it. Chantel working against Mello. Chantel to Lucio. Over to Thiago. Down to Neto. Neto. He's working against 3 defenders. And the goalkeeper, a shot. No, it does not quite get past Vanzela. And I think Vanzela got a kick in the back by accident from Thiago. And Vanzela is down, writhing in pain. And Hoxie is sitting in the Baltimore net. Now he gets to his feet. But that was oh my goodness, was that a close call. And very nice sportsmanship by Vanzela and Thiago to shake hands, as I think Thiago did not mean to give Vanzela a kick, and he's holding his arm, so I assume that's where he got kicked. Vanzela taking a moment, understandably, to gather himself for a huge, huge portion of this match. I think it was the left arm of Vanzela, not his throwing hand. Down deep into the Harrisburg end.
Let's go, Heat! Let's go, Heat!
The Heat under a minute to go now, with Baltimore controlling this game, looking like it's headed to overtime. Ball trying to be sent to the corner by Healy, and it went too far and over the glass. And now Harrisburg will possess with 39 seconds to go and a chance for a final rush to set up a game-winning score. Here's Chantel trying to get it to Neto. Donatelli off his foot into the Harrisburg defensive end. Chantel working against Hoxie, and Harrisburg will regain possession after the foul call. Hoxie very unhappy with the call. 33 seconds to go. Kerstetter to set these up for the Heat. Oh! It was hit by Pereira, and now Kerstetter gets it over to Chantel. 28 seconds to go. Hugo trying to set up the offense for Harrisburg. Sends it deep for Neto in the corner. Neto kicks it off the boards. Oh, Ricardinho was there, but he couldn't get a foot on it. 15 seconds to go. Ball battled for in the Harrisburg attack end. Pereira, 7 seconds to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Heat possess it with 6 seconds to go, so a chance to do something here. Ricardinho and Kerstetter near the ball. We'll see which one kicks it in. 6 seconds remaining. And Ricardinho wants to take a timeout, and we'll keep it here with 6 seconds to go. If you need the best products in service and office documents, fans, call Dacio. They service all of the central Pennsylvania region and have earned a reputation so strong, we made them the official copier company of your Harrisburg Heat. Sprained, strained, or broken, call 24/7 for the orthopedic injury care and advice of the Orthopedic Institute of Pennsylvania, Arlington Orthopedics, Family Care, PA. See an orthopedic specialist. Avoid the way to the ER. Orthopedic urgent care without the drama. Also, the proud medical provider of your Harrisburg Heat. Fans, get social with the Heat. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
6 seconds remaining on the clock in regulation.
Join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session with your favorite Harrisburg Heat players. This is kind of benefits you get if you come out and watch the Heat here in person. We thank you for all that have joined us on the broadcast tonight. It has been a tremendous contest between these two soccer clubs. And it's still not decided. 6 seconds left in regulation. Leo comes on, or excuse me, Berche comes on. He's probably has the most powerful leg, arguably, on the Heat. And he will restart this. He will restart this ball for the Heat. As Basso to his right. And Berche will restart it. 6 seconds. A shot. Oh my goodness. Tremendous shot by Berche. Goes just high. And there's 5 seconds now to go. That was a tremendous chance, but it doesn't go. And with 5 seconds to go, Baltimore will get a possession here. Down into the Harrisburg end. Vanzela sends it. And that'll do it for regulation. We are all tied at 5 between the Baltimore Blast, the reigning MASL champions, and your Harrisburg Heat. Sudden death overtime is next on the Harrisburg Heat MASL Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Want to heat up your next event? JP Lilly has been your hometown audio, video, and lighting partner since 1928. With industry-leading equipment and service, you'll win every time. JP Lilly, transforming ideas into experience. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or Chris the Realtor for you at gmail.com. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Freedmont Mortgage Field at the New Holland Arena. Fans, we'd like to wish you a very happy holiday and happy new year from the Harrisburg Heat Soccer Club. This is the final home game of 2017 for your Heat. We look forward to seeing you in 2018. But we start, well, even 2017 and 2018 with a 6-game road trip. So you can join us for more MASL broadcasts here on the Heat Soccer Network on YouTube. Baltimore will restart things in the overtime. It's 10 minutes. It is sudden death. First team to score will win the contest. Dantas restarts it, as many fans here in Harrisburg took the intermission to stretch before the overtime. 9:45 to go, and Harrisburg possesses in their offensive zone. Now, Lucio kicks it back to restart things to Hugo as they want to reset the offense. Here's Chago working against Donatelli. Chago, try to get it to Neto, who was battling Healy down low, or just outside the goal box. And now Baltimore possesses in the offensive end. The very dangerous Mello with 2 goals tonight controls for Baltimore. Back to Nascimento. Blast sends it in deep. Oh, nice try by Roque on a bicycle kick. He claimed he was interfered with, but you know what? He was never touched. The problem was he couldn't get his kick off, and now he is walking holding his back into the other way.
Ball against Baltimore, number 12.
Now a red card is shown, I believe, to Baltimore. And Roque trying to plead his case
Number 12 is ejected from the game.
as Baltimore has had a player ejected.
Let's go, Heat! Let's go, Heat! Let's go, Heat!
I didn't hear the player that they said that was ejected. But Baltimore loses a player here in the overtime with 8:57 to go. We're tied at 5 in sudden death overtime. Ball bounces off the board to head by Healy to Vanzilla, and Vanzilla will set up the offense for Baltimore. Vanzilla way out of his net. Gets it to Roque down low. Roque working against Chantel. Shago trying to pick the ball loose, can't do it. Healy now controls for Baltimore. 8:19 to go. Vanzilla controlling for the Blast. 8:12 to go. Ball sent deep into the corner for Hoxie. Hoxie working against Chantel. Chantel has it. Intercepted a pass there. Donatelli, a shot, and it goes high over. And the Baltimore, Hoxie is claiming for Baltimore that it went off of a Heat player. The referee saying no, it didn't. And Harrisburg will have possession. Kerstetter will restart deep in his own end in his right corner for the Heat. And he lets Hugo kick it up the field. And it's kicked back into the Harrisburg end. Now back into the Baltimore end. Donatelli controls for the Blast. 7:44 to go in the overtime period. 5-5, we're tied. Next goal wins. Ball goes into the corner for Donatelli. Kerstetter. Shot! Nice save by Hugo. Another shot goes harmlessly over the glass. And that was a game-saving save by Hugo right there. And Baltimore will get the restart in the right corner, or left corner. Hugo can't believe it. Doesn't agree with that call. 7:25 to go. Hugo pleading his case to no avail. Now the officials discussing. And they agree with Hugo and say that the... And Hugo, much to his applause, saying that the Harrisburg Heat should have possession, not a restart for Baltimore deep in the Harrisburg end. Baltimore didn't seem to have a complaint about it either. David Miller controls in the overtime on the right side. He's dribbling, gets a pass to Lucio, over to Thiago. Freitas. A shot wide. Now Dantas controls. Over to Healy. 6:57 to go. To Mello. Mello to Nascimento. Over to Healy. And Gonzaga over to loses to Mello. Now Mello, the very dangerous Mello, brings it across for Baltimore. He's got 2 goals on the night, looking for his third. 6:25 to go. Baltimore controls. Vanzilla on the right side. Vanzilla to the midfield stripe. Over to Thomas. We'll recap the scoring when this one's over. 6 minutes even to go into overtime. We're tied at 5. Between the Heat and the defending MASL champion Baltimore Blast. It's been one heck of a game tonight here, folks. Glad to have you along with us on the broadcast. Basso, nice defense there. As he prevented the shot from getting off. Donatelli now has shot blocked. I think that was by Ricardinho. Baltimore controls. Elton De Oliveira giving it off to Vanzilla. Now to Pereira. Pereira working against David Miller. Miller gets a foot on it. Now Lucio with it. Lucio the other way. Has a teammate to his right. Shot and blocked by Hoxie. They both fall to the ground. Does Lucio with Hoxie. Now the other way to Donatelli. A shot too high. And into the blue seats below sections 11 and 12. Near the north entrance of the building. 4 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the contest. It is a 5-all game. Kerstetter. Over to Hugo. Hugo up to Texera. How sweet would it be for Texera to get a game winner tonight? Ball went off of the body of Ricardinho and into the hands of William Vandal, the Baltimore keeper. Off the left-hand side with it comes Vinny Dantas. Dantas pursued by Steven Basso. Basso gets it as he picks pockets Dantas. Thiago. Thiago. Over to Ricardinho. Back to Hugo with 4:05 remaining in the overtime. Brad Kerstetter, each team with one timeout in the overtime. 3 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Hugo sends it to the corner. Harrisburg can't find a possession. Dantas controls it for Baltimore. Ball back to Dantas as he was running off and then decides to play it and then comes off. Mello has it on the right side in the Baltimore zone. Baltimore kicks it to the Harrisburg end. Roque, a shot off the boards, and it bounced out to Dantas, or De Oliveira. Tremendous chance, and Silva, another game-winning save, rolls it to the other end for Neto in the corner. Neto battling 3 players in the corner for possession, and Baltimore comes out with possession as Neto falls to the ground. 3:08 to go. Harrisburg with it. A shot by Neto off of Ricardinho, falls harmlessly into the box, and Vanzilla kind of creating his own good luck on that stop. 2:53 to go. Some advantageous bouncing for Baltimore in their defensive end there. DePrima defending against Thomas. Now coming down the side, Texera near Healy. 2:33 to go in the overtime. 5-all overtime. Over to Healy. Healy back to Thomas. Ball up to Ricardinho. Ricardinho stops with it. 2:04 to go. Thiago leaves it for Chantel. Under 2 minutes to go now. We're in overtime. Ball kicked to Neto in the corner. Neto already has one tonight off the wall. And it falls a loose ball. Kicked back to Hugo. And Chago with it now. Harrisburg looking to set up the offense with 1:35 to go in the overtime. David Meller and Chiago playing a little catch out there right now. Chiago dribbling, a nice effort, a shot. Ball gets loose in the slot and kicked out by Baltimore. Kerstetter with 1:20 to go, possesses for Harrisburg. Almost felt like Harrisburg with a bit of a power play right there. Ball goes into the corner and Neto was going to try to play it off of the glass, and he could not as it goes out of bounds with 1:09 to go. Tremendous contest tonight between these two clubs. Hoxie tried to forward it for a teammate off of his head. It goes out of bounds, and there's 1:05 remaining. So much drama in the air here in Harrisburg. A very key contest in the East Division. Under a minute remaining in regulation. We're tied at 5. Basso over to Gonzaga. To Ricardinho. Ricardinho to Lucio. Lucio a shot. Too high. And almost goes into the upper deck after it takes a couple of the pings off of some rails and seats. And the fans will throw it back down to field level. Neely stopped it with his foot on the field after the fan throw back over the glass. Vanzela looking down. He's got Mello, the very dangerous Mello, as the ball goes too far and out of bounds. And that is huge with 39 seconds to go. As Harrisburg gets a possession. Chantel started for the Heat. Up to Neto. Neto down the right side. He's got a shot. It's off of Vanzela. Save. Oh, David Miller almost had a juicy rebound there in the slot. 25 seconds to go. Andrew Hoxie working the other way against Chantel. David Miller trying to help him out. He does. Miller kicks it out. Miller too far for Neto. Ball goes into the corner for Hoxie. Hoxie tries to kick it to a teammate. 8 seconds to go. Back out to midfield. A shot down in for Baltimore, harmlessly saved by Hugo, and that'll do it for the overtime. We remain tied at 5. So no score in the first OT. We remain tied at 5. And you can tell that physical conditioning is definitely a big part of this one right now, as these two teams are tired after they played a full game and now a 10-minute overtime.
We will now move to a best-of-3 shootout.
And now we go to a shootout after there's no score in the overtime. Reminder, Heat fans, Filson Water is Central Pennsylvania's leading source of pure high-quality water. We are the trusted water treatment solutions provider for homeowners, businesses, and organizations. Filson Water is the official water supplier of your Harrisburg Heat. Also, fans, don't forget about Belco Community Credit Union. They are a locally based, not-for-profit credit union dedicated to meeting the needs of communities we serve through exceptional service and financial education. Visit belco.org for more information.
Let's go, Harrisburg!
So now, fans, it all comes down to this. We go to a shootout between two of the best keepers in the game and some of the most skilled players you will see in this league. And it all comes down to this, and so much riding on this shootout in the standings. As we told you already, the standings.
Keep it going, Harrisburg! Let's go,
look like this in the East Division, Baltimore with a 6-1 record, they would move to 7-1 if they're successful in the shootout. The Heat would fall to 3-6. If the Heat are successful in the shootout, they move to 4-5, and Baltimore moves to 6-2. So we are tied at 5 here in Harrisburg. The next home game is Friday, January 26th against these Baltimore Blast. Tickets online available at harrisburgheat.com. John Wilsbach will be back for that game. Also, Heat tickets make a great stuffer. Merry Christmas from the Heat. So here comes the shootout between Baltimore and Harrisburg. Nothing decided yet after regulation and in overtime. This contest is still up for grabs. As Healy is the first to shoot for Baltimore. He'll go all alone on Hugo De Silva. Here's the whistle. Healy, a shot, saved by Hugo. Hugo stuck out his left foot, saved it, and gave Healy absolutely nothing to hit. And that is a huge start to this shootout. Now the leading scorer for your Harrisburg Heat, Lucio Gonzaga. He will go against William Vanzilla for Baltimore. Here's Lucio starting a fake shot. He scores! Lucio Gonzaga! The Heat lead 1-0 in the shootout.
That's one, Harrisburg. Remember, this is a best of 3. Let's make some noise!
Here's the second in a best of 3. Vinny Dantas for Baltimore, Hugo Silva for Harrisburg. Hugo comes out to challenge. Dantas, nothing to hit! Hugo makes the stop! 2 huge saves for Hugo. Chago can end the best of 3 right here with a marker against Vanzilla and send the Heat on a 6-game road trip with a win. Here's Chago, fakes a shot, he scores! Chago gives the Heat the victory in overtime. Their final score, Harrisburg 6, Baltimore 5. Oh my goodness! It's pandemonium at Fremont Mortgage Field at New Holland Arena. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Heat fans. As Chiago scores the second goal in the shootout and sends the Heat to the 6-5 victory. We'll be back to wrap things up on the Harrisburg Heat Soccer Network. Well, actually, we're going to keep it here. And we'll give you a recap of the contest scoring in tonight's game. Your first goal came from Lucio Gonzaga. Just a tremendous individual effort to roof it over the keeper Vanzilla. The second goal is from Danny DePrima as he gets a rebound down low, or a pass down low and a shot. The third is from Tony Donatelli. He's going to get a pass here from Dantis off the wall, and he scores to make it 2-1 Heat. Mello will get his first of the game here on a beautiful pass from his teammate, and then just put it to the right side past Hugo. Elmo Neto makes it 3-2 Harrisburg as he gets a pass off the wall and heads it just out of Angela's reach to make it 3-2 Harrisburg. Brad Kerstetter makes it 4-2 Heat as Neto gets a shot that misses, and Kerstetter with a hustle rebound to score makes it 4-2. Mello, his second for Baltimore here, as Dantas tries to score too far for Hugo to save it, and Mello puts it right in to make it 4-3. Donatelli ties it at 4 right here off the restart on a very auspicious shot. It kind of was almost a changeup, and nobody expected it, and it scored to make it 4-4. Thiago made it 5-4 Heat as he gets a pass from Teixeira inside the key and shoots it past Dantas to make it 5-4. Roque ties it up at 5 with this marker just through the 5-hole of De Silva and into the Harrisburg net. And then De Silva, huge save with his left foot on Healy to start the shootout. Gonzaga, the Harrisburg leading scorer, fakes out Vanzela and just makes it look easy, putting it in the back of the net. Then Vinny Dantas denied by Silva on a huge save. And then Thiago ends things on a beautiful dribble and shot past Vanzela. And that's your final, Heat fans. 6-5, and the Heat is indeed on. Big win for the Harrisburg Heat, and a big win in terms of the standings. And it keeps the East of Division, and more importantly, the Harrisburg Heat within striking distance of these Baltimore Blast. Just can't underestimate what a huge win that was tonight. So signing off tonight from Fremont Mortgage Field at New Holland Arena, I am Max Stevens in for the vacationing legend John Wilsbach. That'll do it. Your final score, once again, the Harrisburg Heat 6 and the Baltimore Blast 5. Good night from Harrisburg, Heat fans.